What's up everybody, my name's Chance, and today we're hopping back into Standard, this time bringing with us a Sorin Vampire deck. And I called it Vampire Control because we have a lot of control aspects, and because this Sorin Vampire Lord actually allows us to gain control of target creatures. So, before we go ahead and hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown, I would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, or past videos. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It is free, and as I try to do a video every single day, over this whole holiday break, I took some time off, and a little bit longer than what I originally anticipated, but that's alright. I'm feeling back, ready, and better than ever to play some Magic. So, yeah, again, this idea came from Sorin Vampire Lord, and I know it's unreasonable, right? He's not the best Sorin. It's certainly not the easiest ability to get off, but if you can, it is very, very fun. So, -8 until end of turn, each vampire you control gains tap, gain control of target creature. Now, that being said, he also has the other abilities of the +1 and target creature gets +2/+0, and -2 and deals 4 damage, and you gain 4 life, I'm sorry. So that's all kind of nice, and again, I know it's unrealistic, which is why we're only playing one version, or one copy rather, but I would really like to get it down and for my opponent to actually allow me to cast it, because I would like to see how that actually works. I believe you just get to control him, you know, for the remainder of the game, because it doesn't say gain control of target creature for the turn, it just says gain control of them. So that could be very fun. And then alongside him, to sort of couple them, right, we have a whole vampire deck. So Knight of the Ebon Legion, Vampire of the Dire Moon, Cruel Celebrant, Bloodthirsty Aerialist, all of these really fun, nice vampire cards. And then we have things like Spark Harvest, Legions in. We do have 2 copies of Murderous Rider for some removal. And then we have the lower cost Sorins, 3 mana Sorin and 4 mana Sorin. And alongside those, we have 3 copies of Kaya's Wrath for some awesome removal, and then 1 copy of Gruesome Menagerie and 2 copies of Command the Dreadhorde to bring back these Sorins and these vampires. So, all in all, a very simple deck, very to the point. Again, we're trying to play Vampire Bloodlord, or Sorin Bloodlord, something like that. Anyways, we're going to go and hop right into our matches. Alrighty, game 1 up against Askar. Rocking the Dimir. I forget who that even is. Sure, seems fun. Got a bunch of low-cost creatures and then other stuff. I'm gonna lead with a Vampire of the Dire Moon, and then we can go Knight of the Ebon Legion next turn. Our opponent's playing Gruul, and they lead with the Orzhov Goblin, so it's certainly interesting. Ooh, I'm gonna keep him on top. This is the focus of the deck, right? He is the whole reason behind this, so yeah, let's get him down. And it takes what, 5 turns? Well, 4 turns to get him there. 5 turns to end up casting it. Do I care about this? No. Nope, I do not. Ooh, Dimir's Ambush. Didn't see that one coming. We could shock this in, but I don't really see a point. Alright. We're just gonna Murderous Rider, that Orzhov Goblin. Think that he's gotten big enough. Paradise Druid. Well, I guess we'll resolve that and let him go to attack phase. Just to see if they're gonna play anything. They must have a shock or something. Some 1 mana red spell. Alright, so he costs 6. I'm gonna go ahead and play my Temple of Silence. We don't need to Kaya's Wrath quite yet. I don't want another Vampire of the Dire Moon. I'd rather see another land. And then we're actually just gonna go ahead and play the Murderous Rider down. And we'll swing him with the Vampire. Fantastic. Alright, so we're doing alright. We're 1 land away and 2 turns of playing those lands away from getting Sorin down, which again would be really, really nice. Do we want to defend this? Sure. Even if they buff it, at least we get the the pump spell out of the way. Yep. Gain a little bit of life. Murderous Rider doesn't actually die either, so just sort of goes back in our deck. I'll go ahead and play another Vampire of the Dire Moment. I don't want to use Kaya's Wrath quite yet. And we'll swing in with this one. Keep our health good. Keep us healthy, right? Skargan Hellkite is going to be a problem. We may actually want to go ahead and Kaya's Wrath before we play Sorin Vampire Lord down. Just to get rid of that flyer. So yeah, let's do that. Let's swing in. Then board wipe. Then play another Vampire. And then next turn we can play Sorin and hopefully get him going. Rhythm of the Wild, and then they only have one card left in hand, so they're kind of left to what's the words I'm looking for here? Left to top decking. There we go. 2 mana, red. I don't think they can kill Sorin. They can kill my creature. There's the shock. Alright, so Sorin's at 5. Pelt Collector. Do they give him haste to get in 1 damage? No. Okay. Ooh, Kaya's Wrath. I mean, at the same time, I could just play Cruel Celebrant. I could do the -2 and kill the Pelt Collector. Tell you what, we're gonna +1 this turn. Nothing else. I can just chum block with the Cruel Celebrant. But I don't quite want a Kaya's Wrath. Let's see what they play here. Vivian, Champion of the Wilds.
Would you like to see what's left?
Is this anything? 4 damage to any target. Oh, that's so good. So we can just take out their Vivian. Do I take the 2 damage though? That's the question. Yeah, I think so. If we can hit a creature, it's worth it. If not, it wasn't. But you know, we'll see. Incubation Druid, come down with a counter on it for sure. We got Fabled Passage, which is not a creature. Let's see if they're gonna trade here. No trade? Well, let's wipe everything then. And we can go ahead and do this. No point in waiting. Alrighty. So our opponent's top decking, we're top decking. It's a whole fun festival. If nothing else, our Sorin is building, so that's good. They do have Rhythm of the Wild, which really I don't like. Because it means their creatures can come in with haste, and obviously now with the Domri, they come in hitting kind of hard. Spark Harvest, it's sorcery, but it is some removal. Our Sorin's almost to that point, but we don't quite have any vampires yet. Oh, thank goodness.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
Oh, we're so close. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Oh, that's fantastic. That is so fantastic. We probably should have used Sorin to kill their Domri, but that's alright. Because now we're at 8. Oh, yeah. Probably won't use it on our next turn, right? Collision. What a motherfucker. I guess I could use Spark Harvest to just kill their Domri, right? Alright, so Sorin is in the safe zone, relatively. I really kind of do want to use Spark Harvest and just kill their Domri, but I guess it's not quite worth it. So they didn't hit a land, they actually hit a creature this time. No, they didn't. They hit something besides a land and besides a creature. I'm going to put 2. And that'll put it to 3, so we can wipe the Domri if we really want to. And I guess we'll keep building Sorin up.
Before my ancient might.
I don't think we're in a bad position. Oh, Asgard just gonna scoop. They've had enough of the lands. Well, that's fantastic. At least we got the Sorin down and we got him to the point where we could have used it, but neither one of us had the creatures. We just kept removing each other's stuff. That's fantastic. Anyways, game 1 gonna be picked up with Vampire Control, and yeah, we're gonna move on into a game 2. Abu Jafar. Abu Jafar. Gonna be our second foe for the day. We get to go first. And again, I'm trying for this Sorin. I'm trying so very hard. Alright, I am gonna shock that in. We'll lead with a Vampire of the Dire Moon. Probably go Temple of Silence next, followed by Castle Locthwain. Legion's End is bueno in case they are going low things. Blast Zone. Do I care about a Blast Zone? No. I don't think so. Not yet, at least. I think I'd rather have more Vamps or colored land of any kind. Just so we can get that Kai's Wrath, whatever. Ooh, that's good. Don't even have to think twice about whether I want to buff the Knight of the Ebon Legion or get down my Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Now, one thing we are going to have to watch for is their board wipe, but thankfully, so far, they've only seemed to be playing mono, or Dimir, I'm sorry, mono black. Alright, fantastic. So now we now have the mana for Kai's Wrath. We are going to go for the swing in. Let's see what they plan on doing. Murder. Okay, so we buffed the Knight of the Ebon Legion, at least still getting some good old damage. And heal up a little bit, which is, you know, not too important right now, but I suppose it could become important. Ooh, Sorin is fantastic. Wish I could guarantee that he lands. Oh, he does. That is awesome. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and pay and get this Bloodthirsty Aerialist back, because that is by far the best thing to do. Love Sorin. Love 4 mana Sorin. I love the art for him, both the glass and the Drown in the Loch, you bastard. That's okay. That's okay. Because we got our Bloodthirsty Aerialist back, right? Thief of Sanity. Not a big deal. This is what, 2 mana? Yeah. Unfortunately, Legion's End only hits 2 mana things. Unfortunately. And we can't use Sorin to bring back Knight of the Ebon Legion quite yet, but next turn. Oh ho ho, next turn. You best be scared. I think we swing in with everything here. Even if they go for the trade on the Thief of Sanity, it's fine by me. They're gonna take it all. Woohoo! Now they do get a free shot at my deck. Is that worth it? That is the question. I guess they get one opportunity. You know, if you only had one shot, would you take it? They do. Alright, let's see what you hit. Or I guess let's rather see what you don't hit. Alright, so they got a Sorin. If they get a Spark Harvest, Knight of the Ebon Legion, that's not really good enough. We are going to use Castle Locthwain to draw us some cards. We'll have to sacrifice some life, that's okay. A to the OK. Yeah, so this doesn't make much sense because we now have lethal for him. Let's see, that does proc something, so they have a spell. They have to have something. You don't sit here with nothing, right? Let's get down Cruel Celebrant. They're gonna murder. Murder is the answer. Okay. I can Legion's in there, not of the Ebon Legion. Seems fine by me. We at least get a peek at their hand. Another Thief of Sanity, Drown in Lock, Thought Collapse. They have some counter spells. They have some removal. So what is the answer then? What is the final answer? They're not even going for the Sorin. They just want to take cards from me. I'm a little offended. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little offended. You're not even respecting the Sorin, dealing the 1 damage over there. Alright, so they have Thought Collapse. We have to make sure that they don't have mana for that come our turn. Drown in the Lock. There goes that. Okay. And they still have mana for... Oh, and Murderous Rider. Oh, we win! Oh, that's so fantastic. Good game. You tapped yourself out. You went too hard. Yeah, get out of here, Abu Jafar, whatever your name is. Get out of here. It's your control deck and your Thief of Sanities. Wow, level 105. I didn't even realize this went that high. Alrighty, well, cool. Game 1, Game 2 being picked up by us, yours truly, with Vampire Control. And now we're going to move on into a Game 3, sorry. Legorin, yeah, I think it's Legorin. That sounds right. Gonna be our third and final foe for the day. This kind of has a nice curve to it. I like how we've seen Sorin Vampire Lord in our starter hand or close to it every single game. Even though we only have the one copy. That really warms my heart. So, lead here with that. Do we want 2 Sorins? Nah, I think I'd rather have more creatures than two of the same Sorins at least. 10 Street Dodger doesn't bode well for us. Because it probably means they're playing mono red. They're playing mono red. It means our Cruel Celebrant is going to get shocked out. And while yes, it does at least return a little bit back to us, it's going to be rough because a lot of our creatures are lower health. Oh, and there's 2 shocks. 2 shocks. Sorry, don't ask me. I know. You know what? Actually, I think is better than playing the Cruel Celebrant and having her die. Not playing her. Let those shocks go to waste or let them hit us in the face. Either which way, they have to be used this turn, which means they may not have another shock in hand considering there goes 2 of them, right? Max, they can only have 2 more in the deck. If they have a 3rd one in hand, well, that's just dandy. But we'll try. We can always get down the Murderous Rider. I think getting down the Cruel Celebrant first is definitely the smarter play, though. Another Murderous Rider. That is fantastic. Absolutely 10,000% fantastic. Alright, Cruel Celebrant, hold the line. Just for a turn, I need you to hold the line. And by that, I mean don't die. Just defend and don't die. Okay, they're sending it all. We will defend. I think 10 Street Dodger. I don't know. This is really difficult. Torch Courier could potentially be a bigger problem if they're playing Cavalcade / Chandra's Spitfire or whatever the hell it is. Then, you know, Torch Courier could definitely be... Ooh, Tibble is bad. Bad. And here he comes. Ew. Thankfully, we have a Murderous Rider, so we can just plop that down on him. Oh, well... Yeah, I'd rather do it now. If we wait till next turn, they can always use his ability again, and then they get another imp, and, you know, that whole story. So we'll go ahead and Murderous Rider. We're down to 9. It's not a fantastic place to be. It's not. But we can play our Murderous Rider next turn. We have that. We have Sorin, which gives us some life. So maybe we can pull this back. And the thing with Mono Red is if you can beat them from this early game, right? They run out, they sort of fizzle down. So we're going to have to try and do that. Scorch Spitter plus Chandra's Spitfire does not bode well for us. Thankfully, they don't have a Cavalcade. They're not attacking this turn. Oh, thank goodness. Vampire of the Dire Moon. You know, I think we just play a Murderous Rider. Oh, You know what? This may not be bad. We play a Murderous Rider, sacrifice a creature, kill their Chandra's Spitfire. We're going to gain 1 life here. And we're going to have the Murderous Rider to gain us some life come their turn. Shh, phone, shh. The dogs are barking, my phone's going off. I'm just trying to finish a video in some peace and quiet. And it doesn't appear that's going to happen. But that's okay. So now we're at 10. We did have to sacrifice our own Cruel Celebrant, but I think we can survive this turn, right? Oh, that's so rough. That's okay. That's okay. We play Vampire of the Dire Moon. We play Spark Harvest. Chandra Spitfire dealt with. Yeah, I know, I get it. You're gonna deal a lot of damage. Alright, so this is gonna hurt. This is definitely gonna hurt. But we get the Scorch Spitter out of the way. We take some damage. We're down to 6, but we're not dead. They didn't finish us, which means this may very well be the opportunity to come back from the clutches of death. Alright, so Vampire of the Dire Moon, Spark Harvest. sacrifice a creature, kill that, sacrifice this, submit. We're gonna go back up to 8 health. Do I want the Murderous Rider down? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. We got to do it. It's now or never. While they have 0 cards, we have the defenders, we have to build this life. We're 1 mana away from having Sorin Vampire Lord. I think we got this game in the bag. They're down to top decking. So, like I said, with mono red, it's all about... Ooh. It's all about survival. If you can survive, you're doing fantastic. So they have a light up the stage or something. They have to have something for that, right? You don't, oh no. I guess they do. You do just swing in. Alright, so we don't need that land because we actually just hit one, and that'll give us our Vampire Lord come next turn. This is exciting. The combos are happening. I should probably... Legren. Come on. Couldn't even stick around. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. It's typical. Typical mono red. As soon as someone else starts bringing the heat, they got a dip. Alright, but that is going to be 3 games, 3-0 with this Vampire Control deck. And man, we saw that Sorin Vampire Lord a lot more than I thought I would. So, absolutely fantastic. Had fun with the deck. I hope you do as well if you try it out. And I do recommend, if you have the cards, to at least give it a go once or twice. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Sorry again for my extended break, but I definitely felt like I needed it. And, you know, now we're back. So, as always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.